civilized way to go. I'm a Winnebago warrior. Going down traffic, climbing hills, 30 gallons to the mile. Money quick, take a Polaroid. Ha! 'Cause I'm a Winnebago warrior. Yeah, looking for John Wayne for sure. I'm a Winnebago warrior.
Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Skip.
And we're the
Holiday
Ramblers. And this is the
Holiday Ramblers
Show. Before we get started with this week's segment, I'd like to correct something we did last week. And to Pat and Bob in Pinchaloaf, Minnesota, I'd like to say we're very sorry for your loss. When you use the Power Flush 2000 on your RV, if you've got pets at home and they like to use the old porcelain punch bowl, you got to get those pets away from the punch bowl before you turn on the Power Flush 2000. And again, our condolences. Second, to Cletus Elder in, oh my gosh, Wisconsin, I was just kidding about the woodchuck thing at the birthday party. Today, Skip and I want to talk about something near and dear to our hearts. That's gourmet rambling. Because before we were the Holiday Ramblers, we both were involved in the cooking and party preparation industry. Skip?
Tom, I got my experience in the United States Army, and you can't believe how it attracts the best and the brightest to those mess halls.
How long were you in the Army, Skip?
90 days.
That's about the normal time, isn't it?
That's where I got my zest for the nomadic life that a Holiday Rambler leads. How about you, Tommy?
Well, I started out when I was very young. I was fascinated with toast. Even as a small child, I would get up early in the morning and make toast. And then after college, I went to the School of Toast in Parma, Ohio, where I got a master's degree in bagels and muffins, and later went on to be the head toast chef at Ma Maison Oriola. And that brings us to today. The beginning of any party, of course, is what, Skip?
The cocktail.
Right. And what cocktail are you going to make for us today?
Well, Tommy, this cocktail is called the daiquiri. It's the fruit cocktail daiquiri. And
Daiquiri's from the Greek.
Yeah.
Daiquiri.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's meaning sheep who dates other species.
How did you know that?
I'm
One of the quintessential elements of the Holiday Rambler cooking show is the can opener.
Is that a good one, Skip?
This is an excellent one. I think we picked this one up in, I can't remember. It's a beautiful tool. One of the things that you want to do when you got your ingredients, this is a very simple kind of thing to make. You got the fruit cocktail.
Now, is that fresh fruit cocktail?
Well, it is. This has an interesting history.
Yes.
This is a can that I purchased last year in preparation for Y2K. And it's still fresh.
How can you tell it's fresh?
Well, it's kind of like a watermelon. You just kind of thump the side, and if it has that same sort of sweet-sounding ring like you here, see that? That sweet-sounding ring tells you that what's inside.
So you don't have to smell it?
It's good to go.
Okay.
Tommy, let's get started here. This is a party pack for two. There's enough fruit cocktail in this to keep the two of us in daiquiris until about noon today.
Now, do we need eye protection for this?
It would be helpful, but it's not imperative.
Okay.
We have a lot of one-eyed Holiday Ramblers as a result of, sometimes...
Macular degeneration.
Exactly, or some of them have lost it in the daquirization process. So you need to be careful.
Okay.
Both of us are wearing protective eyes.
Can you do this at home, though?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
A couple more cranks and we'll be ready
I know, I'm excited.
Oh, baby. Let's see here. And you know what? This part is the best because you want to get a hint for how good this can is.
I'm getting a little odor.
You want to count the number of cherries. Aha. Oh, baby.
Is that a lot of cherries?
Oh, look at that. There's 3 or 4 of them in there.
Good.
That's large. Okay.
Put that over there.
The first thing that you do is you take the lid off your 14.
It's a 14-speed HP blender.
That's right. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to take several generous scoops of the fruit cocktail.
Can I smell it?
Certainly.
That's nice.
That's good. It's good, huh?
Yeah, it's tasty.
Good.
And zesty.
Oh, look, oh, Tommy, look at this, a
Beautiful.
cherry bonanza. It's
Beautiful.
unbelievable. We're gonna use what we call 3 scoops.
Are those heaping?
They, I don't know, let's smell them again. Yeah,
Yeah, they're heaping.
yeah, they're heaping. We can fish out a cup, we can hydrate
A
a
couple
couple.
of things in there are humping. That's not good, is it?
Perhaps.
I'll move it.
Okay, moving right along. Okay,
Okay, so I'll get this out of your way then?
that'd be perfect. Here, take that with you.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, now we begin what we call the daquirization process. This is a superior roan,
Yes, roan.
which is usually gray. Roans are usually gray, but this one has sort of an amber color to it. Now we want to make this hearty fruit cocktail daiquiri, so we're going to take the rest of the bottle.
Ah, tasty.
Okay, because this is going to have to get us to where we need to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a candle holder out of this. so
That's
I'm gonna keep
perfect.
this.
Okay, then we add just a few chunks of ice. Just a few chunks of ice
Oh,
here,
yeah.
and maybe a few more.
This ice is like, what's that thing in the dinosaur movie where they had the little bugs inside the...
Oh, yeah, amber.
It's like amber.
Yeah.
It's like amber.
You know, I knew a girl named Amber.
One of those ice cubes we could probably make a dinosaur out of. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, Tommy, and then we put it onto, we have, how about 3 aerate?
That's the black party gun.
Maybe then we pick it up a notch.
That's chop.
Crumb. Let's see.
Oh, boy, I think we've blown a fuse on this whole...
Oh, we're back on it. Okay.
Yep. Tasty.
What
We're
is
gonna try this on our crew.
Yeah,
You can mention Lori Peterson and Finley Roberts.
right? See how we're doing. Okay. Oh, yes.
Is it
Yes.
gonna be good?
It is, we have completed the daquirization process.
Now, we're gonna actually drink these then during the show.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Tasty.
Tommy, why don't you
Can I
see?
try it?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think?
The bouquet it's got legs.
It's got a nice nose to
It's
it.
got
doesn't
a, yeah, it's got a nose and sort of a runny thing.
it? It's
I think it's a sore. Okay.
all right.
Let me pass these out to the crew
That
while
would
you
be good.
continue to...
Clean up here.
Okay.
All right, Tommy.
So that begins the party.
The holiday ramble fun.
Cheers.
Salud.
We'll be back in a moment. You know, holiday ramblers are usually older folks like you and me. And one thing that's important to all of us is good prostate health. Poor prostate health, and before I do this, if there are any children in the audience, I suggest you take them in the other room because you're going to be seeing some graphic representations of poor and then good prostate health. Poor prostate health looks like this. But with, okay, that's a demonstration of poor prostate health. But with Pete's prostate pills, or PPs as we call them, you can have good prostate health, a healthy prostate. So buy Pete's prostate pills, the PPs for you. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed our health tip for the day about prostate health. Skip, what's next?
Tom, we're moving to the appetizer phase of our holiday rambler menu. Today we're gonna produce what are affectionately known as spanimals.
And that's a combination of spam and...
Animals.
Ah!
So
Where'd you learn the technique of spaminal creation?
in Japan,
You were in Japan, weren't you?
I was in Japan. I was privileged to attend the Japanese School of Spamzai,
Ah,
which is involves spam topiary,
that's good.
if you will. So what do you say? Let's get started.
Topiary was a little Italian rat, right? The guy on Ted Sullivan? No, never mind. Go ahead.
Tom, there have been some incredible advancements in spam since it was invented by Lionel T. Hormel in the early 1900s. He founded the Hormel Packing Company, and he found that he had a lot of extra pig left over, and with nothing to do with it, so he invented
That can happen.
and it did, in fact, and he developed it to fill a crying need. There were a lot of GIs that when they opened their C rations didn't have anything to complain about. But once he started sliding the Spam in there, boy, the bitchin' just never quit.
So Spam is a meat product?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was cheese. Well,
It has some cheese-like qualities. What do you say we get started?
let's do it.
Okay. I pre-prepared a rather lovely piece of Spam here, and I think we're going to use an additional piece of the 25% less sodium Spam.
Incidentally, I noticed you're wearing eye protection.
Yes, and in a minute you'll see why.
Okay.
Okay? One of the key elements of a good Spanimal is the freshness, and I took a peek at the freshness on this label, and it says that this was manufactured in, what's that say?
1943. Skip.
It's as fresh as a daisy. Fresh as the day that pig said, adios, ta-ta, oink oink, bye-bye.
Fantastic.
Toodaloo.
You're shaking it there.
Yeah, and this is part of shaken, not stirred.
Is that part of the Spam experience?
It is.
Ooh.
And, oh, listen to this.
You're pinching off a Spam loaf there, aren't you?
Listen to this.
Oh.
Oh,
Boy,
look
that's
at that.
music to my ears.
Tommy,
It's almost religious.
we're gonna do some creational work here that we're not exactly sure. We're just gonna kind of let it flow. In Japan, they said, don't start with a plot. Figure it out.
Feng shui.
Let it become itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, and that's a knife, right?
This is a knife.
Okay.
This is what we affectionately know as the very fresh Spam-itation situation. Okay,
Wow.
that's beautiful, isn't it?
I'm starting to see it.
Are ya?
I'm starting to feel it, too.
Okay, let's give it a little bit of, first,
Maybe I should step back while I'm
I
feeling
think that's a good idea, unless you've got the protective eyewear.
it. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna do the legs. We're gonna do a nice little legs.
Oh, there's just a free form thing happening. Right?
Exactly. And we want to do sort of the heavy lifting here, okay? And then we're going to do a little of the heavy lifting.
Then we'll take this down to the food bank later. Huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, now it's starting to take shape. What do you think? Okay, not complete yet, but
Oh,
still starting to take
unbelievable.
shape.
Just that quick.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, is
Now-
that Lassie? Come on, Lassie. Where's Jeff?
We don't know for sure, do we?
No,
We
don't.
won't know until we apply the Dremel power tool.
Oh.
Okay?
Let me step back.
I would, and this requires, and don't try this at home. I
Kids,
expect you.
please, save yourselves.
Okay, so let's see. What we are trying to do, Tom, is we're trying to find out what is inside this topiary here, and it's just a process of discovery.
It's a weird noise it makes.
It really
Is
is.
that the warning, like a backup alarm when you're about to use the Dremel?
I think it's the bleeding.
The bleeding.
It's the bleeding.
The bleeding of
It's
the
the bleeding
Lassie.
of the bleeditation situation. So should we give it a go?
I trust you, Wally. Right. Okay. Whoa, boy, that's really getting all over the place there. It's a very, very nice. That Dremel really put a number on this thing. I can taste it, really. I can taste it. It's like a mist, a Spam mist.
What do you think?
I think that is.
What do you think?
I think it's unbelievable.
Is it? You know what it looks like to me?
It looks like we got a serious situation there. What do you think?
I think it's a Buddhist monk.
Wow. No, I hadn't thought of that.
And you know what? I think that Buddhist monk is crying out to be self-immolated. What do you think?
What a
Tom?
good idea, Skip.
So let's take the Kirschwasser that we
That's
have
HW
available.
Kirschwasser.
Exactly. And give it just a little
I'll
hint.
fire up the old Bernzomatic here, Skip.
Perfect. And let's just see how Mr. Buddhist monk fares here.
All right, Skippy.
Okay,
Why don't
Tommy?
you give it a shot?
Let's do that. Oh,
Schwung
look
fu.
at that. It's beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Listen closely, you can almost hear the phone ringing.
That's not, that's going to be very tasty.
Oh,
You know
I
what?
think so. What do you think, Tommy?
I think that is a fabulous, fabulous gift
You know what?
for the holidays and for religious.
We
moments.
think that they might use this as a centerpiece down at the food bank. All
I
right. next
It's
time.
better than ice carving. It's spam carving.
It really is.
Hey, we'll be back. Oh, next, the entree, Skip.
Tuna surprise.
You betcha, buddy. You're thinking along the same lines. Tuna surprise is something we've kind of created and then worked on. You know, a lot of people eat the tuna with the onion soup and the noodles. Not for us. We have a special tuna surprise, and we're going to share it with you today. Of course, the beginning of tuna surprise is tuna. And we'll take the power grip can opener here, and we'll just open this can of tuna real quick. You know, what I like about opening a can of tuna is I feel like I've gone to the beach.
It has a fragrance that's unparalleled.
Like no other.
Can I file it for you?
Yeah, would you please?
Sure.
Now, in this particular tuna, we're going to go with another seafood. Comes in a gold can like this, a little pricey, but we think it's worth it when you're having friends over to the RV for a... And what these are is little fishes with their heads cut off, and we think they add that certain zest to it. We'll just sort of layer those kind of nicely.
Sure. Can I get rid of that for you?
Oh, please do. So then, what we like to do is, in our this is a 3-meat tuna surprise, and the final thing, speaking of Mr. Hormel, is pickled pig's feet. And a lot of people are unfamiliar with cooking with pig's feet, but Skip and I have, well, we've kind of trying to bring it back. A pig's foot really is kind of a funny looking thing. Get some chunks out of there, and maybe I can show you.
It's walking to New Orleans.
Yeah, it's kind of an attractive thing. It's got some toes. You can see the pig's little toes there. And it wasn't a very big pig, but it was a tasty little pig. So we had that.
I kind of view this as putting Humpty back together again.
A good way to think about it,
Tom,
Skip.
can I get rid of that for you?
I'd rather you didn't get rid of it the way you got rid of the other things, Skip, but please do. Okay, now, if you can't see this on your TV screen, but what we've done is we've arranged this kind of in the shape of a smiling sun face. And I think that gives it a little something extra for the folks back home. Next, we add the English muffin. English muffins were invented in England by Bob Muffin, and a lot of people don't know that either. But so we just take one because we're on that we got that whole Atkins thing going on this, and so a little few carbohydrates though. A little smiley face, sort of an Annie, kind of thing. And we put one diagonally across next to we nestle those feet up next to the muffin.
Tommy, did you learn that technique as a toast chef?
I did. Toast, and then of course. Oh wait, I forgot the most important ingredient, and of course that's Velveeta. And Skip brought with him today, keeps this in his Holiday Rambler mobile home, the Velveeta Crisper. Velveeta, is one of those weird cheeses that it doesn't have to be cold. It can be hot. It's really not a cheese at all. It's more of a sort of a chemical experience. So we're going to take a little Velveeta. It's the Velveeta wrap, which is quite nice. A lot of people
We
say
call it
that.
the Velveeta rind.
Velveeta rind,
Yes.
and we're going to chop that into little pieces, about that big. We're going to put them right on here on top of the fish without heads, and next to the feet near the muffins that look like eyeballs.
We got virtually all the body parts.
We do. And then finally, because, this is the entree, this is the cornerstone, the bedrock of our dinner, we're going to add some parsley in an arrangement that says, hey, we're careful, we're cautious, we're thrifty, but we're cool. And so what we've got here, I think, what we're going to pop in the oven here in just a sec, is what's going to be a tremendous tuna surprise. I know it's going to be a surprise for Skip and I, right, Skip?
Tommy, I'm so hungry I could nod. Oh, never mind.
Let me pop this in the oven and we'll be right back.
Well, Tommy, we popped the old tuna surprise in the oven, and now
I can't wait, really.
I'm telling you.
Skip, they say the camera adds 10 pounds, but I'm getting nowhere here. Go ahead, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Tommy, this portion of our program is brought to you by Smirnoff and Metamucil. And I have...
Two of my favorite food groups.
Oh, man. I went to Osco, and this is, I got the senior sampler. And the senior sampler consists of some number of milliliters of crisp, delicious Smirnoff vodka.
Right from a well.
Exactly. Some Sunsweet prune juice with pulp.
Pulp is best, you think?
Exactly. Some handy smooth texture orange flavored travel packs of
You
Metamucil.
can put those in your wallet.
And we have. But don't mistake this with.
We sure don't need those condoms in our wallet anymore, do we, buddy?
Exactamundo. And then the final is Tux hemorrhoidal pads with witch hazel.
I
This
know
whole
where I
package,
store those.
This whole package is $9.99 at any Costco. Now, Tommy,
With tax?
you're probably saying, "Oh no, we don't need any tax. We'll find some other way to hold them on."
Okay.
So what we're going to make today is it's an old cocktail. You probably saw the Smirnoff billboards, but we're going to just make a little twist. And when you go to a saloon or something, or when you come home with your senior sampler pack, you might just say, "Hey, let's senior size it." So we're going to make us a little what I call a Wabash Cannonball. You put a senior dollop of vodka in there. This
Ooh,
is a perfect morning eye opener.
That's about 2 fingers.
Exactly.
If you're Sasquatch.
Exactly. Take a